Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Sanchez. I am the Community Development Senior Rep for Arvis Bank. And this afternoon, I'm going to bring you a little bit of information that hopefully will be of use to you to get you through the month financially. Let's go ahead and begin. Again, this is the title of my presentation today, Getting You Through the Month. And again, my name is Alex Sanchez with Arvis Bank. You can reach me at 479-221-0327. And I'll give my number again at the end of the presentation. So let's begin by asking you a simple question. Do you know what a cash flow budget is? I will explain a little bit here in a second about what exactly a cash flow budget is. And then we're also going to talk about how is it different from a regular budget, and what do you think may be the benefits of this approach? So a cash flow budget is a budget that actually lets you see where your money is going from week to week. As you can see on the screen, you have a beginning amount. On that amount from at the beginning of the week, you are going to add your income if you get paid that week, any type of additional income that is coming into your household. And then you're going to add that, you're going to add those numbers. It's going to give you any amount that you're going to be using for the entire week. And then you're going to, obviously, you're going to subtract all your expenses. Those could include, obviously, some a rent, utilities, groceries. I want you to pay attention to savings. A lot of people don't save like they should. One tip that I want to give you is, as soon as you get paid, if you take a certain amount and put it in a savings account, never see it, that will work great to start a savings amount. So so after you deduct all your expenses for the week, you're going to have an ending balance, and then what you do with that ending balance is that's going to be your beginning balance for week number 2. On week number 2, you will add any income that you're going to receive for that week, and you do the process again. You subtract any savings, any utilities, groceries. Very important to deduct any groceries, any food that you guys are buying, gas, transportation, similar things like that. Anything that you're going to spend money on that week, you need to subtract that. So the bottom number by the end of that week will be your beginning number for the 3rd week. Okay, so you know, just to make sure you understand, to get a starting balance, take your total cash, your debit card, and account balances, add those up, and that's going to be your beginning balance for the week. You're going to subtract that, all those expenses, and of course that becomes your beginning balance for the following week. So let's take a look at a couple of scenarios. So Rafael is a single parent with 2 children. He is often late with his rent and other payments because of he does not have enough money that he needs. So after tracking his spending, he developed a cash flow budget, and he's going to start using a cash flow budget. So and then we're going to see what kind of recommendations we can make to Rafael so he can make his ends meet. Okay. Personally, what I use, I basically use a cash flow scenario as well, and I do mine week to week, and I follow it just like the one that you're seeing here. And it actually works. It works well. It works well for me. It may work well. It may work well for you as well. And you gotta adjust to whatever works better for your situation. So a lot of people get paid weekly, others get paid bi-weekly. So you just got to adjust yourself of which one works best for you. So if you take a look at the managing cash flow on the screen, you're going to see the income that Rafael is getting. And then he's obviously going to subtract some of his expenses, which is going to give him a net number of 361.78 by the one of week number 4. Does Rafael run out of money? And you can take a look at the cash flow that we just looked. Like I said, you can add other types of income. In this scenario, he gets SNAPs benefit from the government, so he needs to add those to his cash flow. The next month is not included in the example. What will Rafael's situation be at the beginning of next month? Is he going to have enough money? How much cash is he going to have? What bills will he have to pay? So what should he do in order to prepare for following next month? In my case, or the way that I do it, is I've got to make sure that I have enough cash left over from one month to go to the next to prepare myself to pay those expenses, to pay my rent, to make my car payment. And we're going to see here in a little bit of what other methods we can use to help you get through the month. So first of all, in order to develop a cash flow budget, you have to understand your current situation. How much money are you making? Is it a week? Is it every 2 weeks? Do you have a goal? You have to review your goals. What is your goal? Do you want to save $50 a month? Do you want to save $100 a month? And then you have to determine any life events, large purchases. If you're going to make maybe you need a new car or a new set of tires that you need to get, determine those and enter those on your cash flow. Okay, make a plan and set your targets for spending. Maybe you need to shop around for those tires. Maybe you need to compare prices. So don't always set your mind in one thing. Compare, especially when you're spending a large amount of cash, and set saving goals for yourself as well. Like I said earlier, how much do you want to save a month? How much do you want to save maybe a week? Here's a cash flow budget that the template is right there for you guys to see it, and for you to just plug in the numbers that you have, your income from the job. If you have a part-time job, you can add that as well. Or if you're self-employed, you can add that as well. And then subtract, of course, your expenses for the week. There's a cash flow calendar, which personally, this is what I use. So the way that I use it is I get all my bills and I write them down on a calendar, but I write them down the week before the bills are due. So if I have a bill that is due on the let's say on the 7th of every month, I got to make sure that I write to pay that bill on the 1st. That way I'm not late. I send my payment in, and I'm always on paying my bills on time. That method works really good for me, and I've been doing that for as long as I remember. So if the cash flow calendar works for you, this will be a good method for you to use and stick with throughout the month. So what are some of the sources that we can use to increase your source of cash? You can get a part-time job. You can maybe work overtime, and that way you'll earn a little bit more money throughout the week or throughout the month. You got to think about some other ways that you can decrease your spending of cash throughout the month. Okay, and then that's gonna, if you increase, if you decrease, that's gonna match the timing sources and use of income where it's possible. You're gonna see a big difference if you increase your cash flow and decrease your expenses. You'll see that you're gonna have a little bit more money left by the end of the month. Okay. So what are some of the strategies to improving your cash flow checklist? So, you know, you can negotiate new due dates for bills that are due. And this happened to me personally. I used to have my mortgage and my car payment due on the same week. And that was really difficult for me because I didn't have enough money with my check to cover both of those, we can say, large expenses. So what I did is I called my my bank and say, I need to switch the due date on my car to be on the third week of the month. They worked very well with me. We were able to do that. And now I have my mortgage due on the first week and then my car payment due on the third. So those are just some helpful hints that you can do to make your income last throughout the month. Okay. You can also negotiate splitting a monthly payment into two smaller payments. For example, the rent. We see the example on the screen. 700. You can do 350 at the beginning of the month, and then 350 at the end of the month, and boom, you already pay your rent, and it doesn't take the entire amount of 700 for the month. So you also have to avoid large lumps of sum of periodic payments. You may have to pay a small fee to make these kinds of arrangements, but in the long run, it's worth it. Trust me. This will give you more cash flow throughout the month. Hopefully, this was helpful to you. I know I went kind of fast, but I always try to use real life events that work for me and my family. But you're the only one that can do that. You're the only one that knows how much you make. You're the only one that knows how many bills you have to pay throughout the month. We can give you the tools, but you have to put those tools to use. So stick to your plan. Use whichever cash flow method works for you. Like I said earlier, the calendar works well for me, and I've used that. But thank you for viewing the video. Again, my name is Alex Sanchez. You can reach me at 479-221-0327. And again, thank you for watching the video.